Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my live stream. I'm actually streaming on a Wednesday. I apparently have had issues with it. I was thinking, maybe I need to pick another day because I'm always tired apparently on Wednesdays. But maybe it's just the topics I've been trying to plan for on Wednesday, and I need to have more fun topics. So I think this topic will be super interesting. It's on the fire walking that Tony Robbins has at his Unleash the Power Within events. And I got this idea from the last live stream when we looked at Joe Vitale and he called himself Dr. Fire. And someone said, oh, he must have done Tony Robbins' fire walk. And I'm like, we should do a video on that. That would be fun. And so that's how the idea for this video started. And okay, there you go. It's like my first page that I had up here, there's no words on it, but the words kind of fly up from the bottom. That's really weird and confusing. I see I have some friends already here, which is awesome. Anastasia, Lori, and Coconuts. Hi, friends. So, this is a cool topic. I'm really excited. I was thinking of doing a video on Tony Robbins' priming exercise, but then I thought firewalking would be cooler. So we're going to learn about that today. If you don't know, Tony Robbins is a prominent self-help guru. No, ew, that's bad. Is a prominent self-help guru who is toxic. We've covered him often. He's toxic. I've seen events of his where he berates people who are going through suicide ideation potentially, or issues with trauma in their life, or really serious traumatic issues. He will berate them live at a conference in front of thousands of people, blames people for their problems. He's just very, very toxic. And yeah, that's who we're looking at today. Oh, Demi and Lisa and Neil. Yeah, we just started now. Yeah, I am too. He's terrible. He's awful. I'm not loving this camera angle. Not loving it. I don't know if what I'm doing is going to make it worse or not. Let's see. Did I do anything? A little bit. Okay, let's get started. Where are the words? Where are the words? Okay, fire walking facts. Are you interested in learning more about the Tony Robbins Firewalk that is part of the Unleash the Power Within? Whether you're curious about firewalking facts or want to personally learn how to firewalk, these answers to frequently asked questions about firewalking will help give you the information you need. How long has Tony been doing the firewalk at Unleash the Power Within events? The firework has been part of Unleash the Power Within for over 35 years. Tony first learned up to firewalk in 1983 and soon incorporated the firewalk into his seminars as a powerful expression of moving beyond one's fear. What are the supposed benefits? Firewalking isn't just a mind over matter exercise. Walking over hot coals is a symbolic experience that gives people the courage to take on any challenge. After all, if they can make it through the fire, they can make it through anything. And I don't want to do this video as and judge people who have done this before or who would want to do something like this. We're going to watch a video or skim through a video about Oprah actually doing the firewalk. I'm just interested in looking at a specific practice of a very problematic figure that we've covered on this channel, but we've looked more at the life coaching and the business coaching side, not this side. Yeah, it's an ember walk. It's definitely not a fire walk. And it's to show people that they can get through anything because they just walked through fire. So of course they can get through a challenge with their boss or a mental health struggle. And I'm sure that it is a powerful experience for a lot of people. I just question the safety of it. I wonder if they're required to sign waivers, if they know the kind of risks that could be present by walking across embers. Because yeah, Lori said it's not a fire, but it's going to be hot. And there are cases of people going to the hospital with burns on their feet. Many of the people who have completed the firewalk report a renewed certainty and self assuredness that carries into every aspect of their lives. While their circumstances vary widely, participants report less stress and anxiety after the firewalk, having found their inner strength to address what's holding them back in their career, their health, or their relationships. There's no cause and effect here. Just because someone says they were less anxious does not mean that it directly came from their experience in the firewalk. What about, sorry, drink. What about if they were also going through therapy? They were doing group counseling, they were talking to a friend or their parent, and that in combination with the firewalk helped them get past some of their issues and improve their quality of life. There's no way that we can directly connect the firewalk to the supposed positive outcomes. Okay, yeah, we already read that. The lesson of the firewalk is not about the fire, but about what it takes to get through it, which can be applied to every aspect of a person's life. Do you want to learn to firewalk so you can finally create the healthy relationship you deserve? Or do you want to go through the rituals so you can increase your self confidence and go after a career that will fulfill you? Participants have used firewalking to adopt healthy habits and lose weight, attain financial freedom, and achieve goals in every facet of their lives. If you want to learn to firewalk, you're certainly not alone. This is another issue I have. Makes it seem like if you just need to do the firewalk and then you can magically find the job that you want, have your dream relationship. It's not like we are humans who have autonomy and we're able to complete a task or not complete a task. It's not like we should get credit for improving our quality of life. Of course not. It's all connected back to the firewalk. So, what happens if we see rhetoric like this and we think, wow, I just need to firewalk with Tony and then I'll be able to fix all of my issues. They do the firewalk, they're all full of adrenaline and excitement, and then they go home and they realize that their issues aren't gone. Lose weight or else you have to firewalk with Tony. That would help me lose weight, not the way they thought it would. That's funny. Where did the idea of the firewalk originate? Do other groups offer it as part of personal development courses? Firewalking has been practiced by people from different cultures for thousands of years. The earliest known firewalk happened in present day India in 1200 BC. Firewalking is a popular personal development practice, though we do not know of any firewalk that is done in this context. That is, a multi day event with specific curriculum and experiences designed to increase psychological self awareness, improve health and vitality, and uncover the path to financial freedom and create stronger personal bonds. Okay, how is walking across embers going to uncover your path to financial freedom? I don't understand. You're wa- I get that there are probably mental benefits to going through something that scared you and achieving it and pushing through. I could see how that could improve your self-confidence over time. I do not see how walking across embers, coals, will help you attain financial freedom, lose weight. No, no, it could give you a burst of confidence that could give you the ability, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It could give you some extra confidence so you feel like you are able to go after what you actually want. Oh, what is that, Anastasia? I don't know. It looks cool though. Are attendees required to do the firewalk? Is there an alternative for those people who do not want to do the walk? Attendees are not required to do the firewalk. Participation is 100% voluntary. If an attendee chooses not to do the firewalk, they're welcome to stay at the venue and participate by encouraging others to do so. Part of the firewalk is that each person takes personal responsibility for their decisions. They are never forced to participate in something they don't want to do. Okay, good, that's basic. What are the risks of the firewalk? There are inherent risks of firewalking, which are detailed for all seminar attendees. Failure to adhere to the rules of the event, including standing in one spot too long or attempting to run across the coals, can increase the cost of blisters and burning. The vast majority of participants, more than 99%, experienced no significant side effects from the firewalk. When you learn to firewalk, you'll discover more about the science behind walking on hot coals. You'll be directed in the proper way to prepare yourself physically and mentally so you can cross the coals safely while still benefiting from the confidence of knowing you faced fear and took action. So of course there are inherent risks, and they're going to tell us about that. But if we're with Tony Robbins, everyone around us is screaming and yelling and they're so excited. You're going to see there's drumming, at least in the Firewalk with Oprah. There's a bunch of drumming. It's a really exhilarating atmosphere. I could imagine how someone who first decided that they didn't want to do it, they then are in that environment and they just have to do it. I could see how someone could get persuaded. Oh, you had a Chinese keyboard up? Interesting. That's cool. I didn't know. Like, is that part of your regular keyboard? And you agree with Lori? Yeah. It's outrageous. Apparently, they're extensively prepped. You can ask any questions. The most common side effects of the firewalk is hot spots on the soles of the feet, similar to a sunburn, which can be treated with aloe vera. Fewer than 1% of participants experience hot spots or blisters as part of the firewalk, and their symptoms are typically resolved in 1 or 2 days. Hey, Tori, how's it going? Nice to see you. So, I don't know how many people go to this event every year. I would guess at least a couple thousand. So, are you saying 1% of each time? Like 1% of each event? Because that would be 20 people if there's 2,000. Or are you saying 1% of people over the course of however many years they've been doing it, which I think, what didn't you say it's like 35? Where are the words? I hate that the words disappear. Oh, whatever. So let's say 2,000 people go to one of his seminars, 1,000 people actually do it, but it's over, let's say, like 15 years, right? And then 1% of 15,000 is still a lot of people. Like 1% of 15,000 would be 150 people who experience burns on their feet. And you say they're typically resolved in 1 or 2 days. So what's not typical? What's not typical? Do people come out of this with third-degree burns on their feet? Because that's serious. Even if they're not third-degree burns, that's potentially really serious. I did not explain that well. Yep. I think Oprah liked The Secret too, so the firewalk makes sense for sure. Hey, no worries. Just trying to finish up my evening routine real quick. No worries. Thank you for joining. Why do participants scream and yell before, during, and after the firewalk? The energetic and supportive group environment is critical to helping participants get and stay in their peak state to complete their firewalk. Vocalizing their support through chants and yells helps carry participants through the exercise. One of the benefits of going through the firewalk is building strong connections with those who do the activity with you. When you support each other verbally and emotionally, you can increase the value of the shared experience and increase bonds that will never be broken. We're going to see that there's drumming. They scream yes, yes, yes a bunch of times. Everyone's clapping for you. Everyone's cheering you on. And I said this already. I'm going to say it a bunch. I could see someone being persuaded to participate who's actually scared and doesn't want to do it because of the atmosphere. During the fire, attendees will have their feet hosed down to ensure that hot coals haven't stuck to their toes, so those can cause hot spots or blisters. If participants do experience the hot spots or blisters, there's a trained team on site to evaluate and treat. Okay, I know activities have inherent risks, I would not want to have a risk of hot coals sticking to my feet at a personal development conference. Okay, you say trained team. Do you mean nurses, like burn unit nurses, people who are trained in like how to treat burns? Or do you just mean volunteers? Because I think that's an important distinction to make. And if I saw they have to have someone on site because I could get coals stuck to my feet, that would be kind of scary, just in my opinion. The firewalk has remained largely unchanged since it was first introduced at Unleash the Power Within, though we have to expand the venue to accommodate growing crowds at the seminar. We also explicitly instruct attendees to put away their mobile devices, including taking photos or videos, until after the firewalk is complete. Now that you know the firewalking facts, you see that nothing is holding you back from experiencing the benefits from learning to firewalk. Attend Unleash the Power Within to create your own firewalking experience and see how it changes your life. Oh, coconuts! You're lurking while you make dinner. That's awesome. I was about to say, hey, coconuts, nice to see you, but I already said hi to you earlier because you were here at the beginning. Okay, so we know a little bit about the firewalk now. I wanted to look through the photos. So, yeah, a woman cheering. Look at all these people, and you can see that there's a bunch of like coal beds here. There's so many people. So many people. Look at all those people. Look at everyone cheering. Oh, that's scary. I would okay. Would any of you guys want to do something like this? No judgment. For me, it's just the cultiness of it that skews me out a little bit. It's the fact that it's Tony Robbins. It's also the fact that he's promising that we're going to be able to magically fix all of our issues if we just do the firewalk. We can lose weight, we can have the relationship of our dreams. And I think obviously that's a stretch. We're not going to magically lose weight because we walked on some coals. It might improve our confidence, sure, but any changes that happen after our walking on coals is because of us, our willingness to adapt, not because we walked on coals. Hi, PH actress. How's it going? Nice to see you. We're talking about Tony Robbins' Firewalk. I see no purpose for it in my life. Also, too, Tony is yuck. Exactly. Exactly. But how in the world can hot coals stick to someone's feet? Yeah, for sure. I have no idea. Oh no. Fair, fair. When I have to get blood work from my thyroid hormone levels, that tests me enough. Just blood work. I hate blood work so much. Same, Lisa. Same. Is there a child? A child doing the firewalk? I don't like that if that's the case. Okay, lots of people. Look at everyone screaming and cheering. And there's some crew. That's nice. People taking their shoes off. Okay, next. Yes, definitely. One of my least favorite ones, too. So, I think this is Oprah's. It's from 10 years ago also, but I just thought it was interesting because she's famous and she's doing the firewalk. It's not on Oprah's channel, but it appears to be her content. So I don't want to get in trouble and have my video be blocked. So I think I'm just going to like move throughout the video just to make sure I don't get copyrighted because I don't care about because I don't make money obviously on YouTube really, but I don't want my stream blocked. Yes, Tony makes money off it. It's not just, hey, do this and you'll increase your confidence. No, he's kind of co-opted it and made it seem like the only spot you can do firewalking is with him. And he's the only one who can open up your life to this amazing, amazing benefit, you know? And yeah, he makes money off of it. It's not for some altruistic thing where he just wants to help us. Okay. Let me turn this down. Okay, let's go. Ah.
So we've been growing these.
So first we see drumming and people cheering, and it's just like a really exciting, high energy atmosphere. So that's a big part of this event. Hi, Danny. Will be replay crew. No worries, Danny. Thank you. Appreciate you coming. If I need to prove to myself that I have what it takes to get through a hard event, yeah, I can sign up for a difficult cycling event. They are no joke. No reason to burn the skin off my feet. Exactly. You feel me? The stuff Tony Robbins spews sounds exactly like the crap Guy Bullard spewed in the early mid 1930s. Why do people pay him so much for regurgitated garbage? Who's Guy Dillard? Guy Dillard? Guy Dillard. Is he a... Guy Dillard? Who in the world is Guy Dillard? Guy Dillard? Ballard, not Dillard. Guy Ballard. Guy Ballard. Guy Ballard and his wife Edna ran the I Am activity cult. Ooh, interesting. Oh yeah, I see that here. Oh, cool. Thank you. Never heard of him. Okay, let's keep going.
Big fires all night long, burning down the coals. We shovel them in wheelbarrows, and then we lay them across about 12 or 15 feet long for people to walk on.
She looks kind of scared, and then people are like, and then the clapping goes along with the rhythm of the drumming. Like Neil said, I don't need to burn my feet in order to be brave and get through hard things. No judgment for those who would do something like this, but I think Lisa, someone said it, it's different with Tony, and it's different when someone profits off of it. It was a manifestation wealth religion cult that basically worshipped the ascended master Saint Germain. If you want to see the most whitewashed artwork of Jesus ever made, look for I Am art of him. So it's I Am activity. Sure, I Am activity cult Jesus. Okay, I'll need to look in a little bit because I'm not sure if this is it. I see the Wolfsonian. Yeah, I'll look for it later, but that's interesting. I'm going to just make a note because whenever people bring up interesting things in my videos, in my streams, I never remember. And then I have to go back and try to find it. Okay, just going to make a note and then we'll continue. I Am activity cult. Okay, cool. Interesting.
Looks a little crazy. I'll give you that. Yes! I will give you that. Yes. I got a little bit. If I wasn't in this state, I am not in that state.
Yeah.
She said if I wasn't in this state, and then Oprah says I am not in that state. I'm not exactly sure what that means. State. Tony how would we Google that? Tony Robbins state? Okay. Because I don't know exactly what that is. And I feel like we should know what that means. We're not going to read this whole thing. I think this is what they mean. Oh, hello. 8 triggers to ignite explosive growth in any economic environment. Hey, Tony. Hey, bro. Okay. Take control of your consistent emotions and begin to consciously and deliberately reshape your daily experiences of life. Achieving a positive mindset comes to understanding Tony Robbins' triad of emotional psychology, focus, language, and physiology. Is this his emotional state? Yeah, peak state. Physiology refers to the body and all its systems, and by extension, elements that directly impact those systems. How you use your body affects how you feel mentally and emotionally. If you want to master your feelings, you must be aware of how your feelings and your body are interconnected. It includes taking care of yourself, so you need to understand how your body affects your mood, and likewise tells us where energy goes, energy flows. You must put your focus on where what you put your focus on is where you set your intention. Focus on the things that you want and are working toward instead of the things holding you back. Setting your focus on the positives is one of the most essential steps toward achieving your peak state. So, understanding how your body affects your mood, having focus in language. You speak to yourself internally and out loud. How you talk to yourself determines how you operate in the world. If you ask questions like, why do bad things always happen to me, instead of what can I do to better my situation, you are more likely to feel powerless in your own life. How you use language determines what emotions you feel. So choose words widely when you speak to yourself. So that's not really groundbreaking. Like, your body impacts your mood impacts your body. Focus on positive things and speak to yourself positively. Like, that's not unique. We hear that from every single self-help guru out there. Of course, we can never just sit in our discomfort of a shitty situation. We can't say, geez, this sucks. Why did this have to happen to me? Because sometimes we actually are victims, and it's okay to acknowledge that a situation is shitty and that we're a victim. But of course, we can't say, this is a terrible thing, I'm really upset about it. You have to say, what can I learn from it? And I want to say, no, I'm just going to feel the shittiness of the situation because it sucks. All of their ascended masters and deities are blonde and pasty white with blue or purple eyes. Ooh. Sounds real creepy. Whenever I feel like being a sucker for pain, I'll just go to the grocery store. Right? In today's world, groceries cost so much. Where you guys are, do you have there's a big, like, let me look this up because I kind of forgot. I shouldn't have brought it up if I didn't remember, because I'm not sure if it's a Canada-wide thing. It literally doesn't matter. But this doesn't matter at all. Are you guys in the US also boycotting the Loblaw companies because the costs are outrageous? A boycott targeting Loblaw is gaining momentum, which could be thousands of Canadian shoppers taking their money for groceries elsewhere this month. The exorbitant profit being made by Weston at the expense of struggling Canadians is outrageous. The demands laid out in the subreddit are immediate 15% price reduction, signing the grocery code of conduct, no further retailer-led price increases, increased cost transparency, clearly identifying items that are subject to shrinkflation, a commitment to affordable pricing, a commitment to end price gouging, with prices quickly reflective of current economic conditions. Now, I do not need to go on that little tangent, but is there also, well, Loblaws is a Canadian company. Is there anything like that happening in the US? Okay, let's get back to it. That could be a different video. We could talk about inflated grocery prices.
Lights off. Let's have a hand for our drummers, ladies and gentlemen. On count of three, all your intensity. Make the sound of unstoppable intensity. 1, 2, 3, go!
So everyone's just screaming, yes, yes, yes. Make loud noises, scream. And it's just to hype you up. So you forget that you're scared. You forget, maybe I don't want to be doing this. This is really scary. and you just do it anyways because everyone's screaming at you. Some of the inflated grocery prices in parts of Canada are legit terrifying. Exactly, Demi. Exactly. Oh, for-profit college scams. I have not covered that already. I've been struggling trying to think of other scams. I was talking to my husband. I'm like, what do I buy? What do we buy frequently? What services do we use? Because I was trying to think of something else that could be scammy. For-profit college scams. Cool. I'll look into that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You go. Okay. Bring it up. Bring it up. You go. Come on. Yes. Yes. Come up in the yes. 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 We'll get you some fresh clothes.
Oh no! Oh no! I got it!
And I know a lot of them aren't going to be right beside Tony because she's a celebrity, but like if Tony's right beside you and really wants you to do it and you are really enamored by Tony and you look up to him, I feel like you're more likely to do it. And she seems very scared. She probably had a lot of adrenaline pumping through her body at this point. The whole point of showing this is just like what it actually looks like to be at a firewalk. But it just seems like it's a really high energy environment with all these people are wanting you to do it too. And then Tony's right beside you wanting you to do it. And it just seems like a stressful environment for me. I went to one of the schools that was finally shut down this year for being scammy. Wow. And lying to their students about job placement rates. And supposedly we're finally getting our loans forgiven, but that remains to be seen. Wow. That's crazy, Demi. I'll look into that. Yeah, maybe he's trying to make it feel kind of tribal with the drumming, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's a good point. And everyone screaming and clapping. Yep.
That's enough. Just that's enough right there.
No.
I want you to know there's nothing here. You're going to storm through this. I will not let you get hurt.
My feet are
What's the
wet.
worst going to happen? Burn your feet off and die? Come on.
What's the worst that can happen? Burn your feet off and die? Someone who's scared to walk over burning coals, you say that to them? Yeah, they could fucking burn their feet off. And we're going to read an article. I think this is the one. Like, people have fallen into the coals. They trip because he tells them to keep their eyes up. You have to keep your eyes up. They're not looking where they're going. And they trip into the fucking coals. I'm late again. No worries, Jolene. Lovely to see you. I love your name. Is it Fuffy Duck Butt? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. I don't think I've seen you in my stream before, so it's lovely that you're here. Thank you.
Yes.
Step up on the grass first. Okay. I want you to make a move as strong as you've ever been in your life. I want you to scream yes. I want you to do it 3 times. Your eyes stay up and you storm across. Yes. Yes. Make a move, scream yes. As hard and strong as you can. That's it. That's it. You got it.
And of course, you see everybody else like screaming and hugging everybody who crosses the firewalk, and then you want to do it too. Oh, are you the Elaine who's been here often on our channel? If so, hi Elaine, it's lovely to see you. If you're not the Elaine who's a frequent viewer of the channel, it's also lovely to see you. Thanks for joining. But yeah, I would want people to hug me and cheer for me too, you know?
Yes! Yes!
Stop! Wipe your feet!
This was an experience. Let me just tell you, this is the next chapter. This is the next chapter, people, because I didn't come here planning to do this. I was thinking, first of all, when I saw the flames, I went, that is crazy. That's unreal.
Of course, she wasn't planning on doing it. She came maybe just to watch or to report on it. And then the environment swept her up. And of course she would want to do it. Oh, okay. You are the Elaine that's been here before. You just changed your name. I love your new name. It's really funny. If I have nail polish on, will it burst into flame? Yeah, we're going to look. We're going to look. We have one article to read.
Visible. All mammals were mean, and what does it all mean? I didn't think I could do it, and I did it. I was petrified standing there for a minute. And then I thought, well, you have to believe you can do it. And then
Of course you were petrified, Oprah. It's petrifying. It's scary.
Tony just whispered in my ear, yes, yes, yes. And I don't know how.
Is petrifying a word? I just said it's petrifying. Petrifying. I don't think it's... Oh, it is a word. Okay.
I did it. I did it. I did it.
Looks fucking terrifying. Looks terrifying. Okay, next. Same. Okay. Firewalk is a long-standing part of motivational speakers seminar called Unleash the Power Within. Hey, Tony. More than 30 people who attended an event with motivational speaker Tony Robbins have been treated for burns after Robbins encouraged them to walk on hot coals as a way of conquering their fears. And this is CBC, so it's a good news outlet. 5 people were taken to hospital Thursday night, while the rest were treated at the scene for burns to their feet and lower extremities. The hot coals were spread outside the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center as part of a 4-day seminar called Unleash the Power Within. It's a regular part of some of Robbins' seminars. More than 20 people were treated for foot burns, 5 going to the hospital. No, thank you. Paul Gold of West Palm Beach, Florida, suffered second-degree burns on both feet. Have you guys ever had second-degree burns? I was so not smart when I was like 17. My dad and I went to a nice beach. I sat in the chair in the water in a bathing suit, and I didn't put any sunscreen on for like 5 hours, and I had bubbling blisters, and it was second-degree burns. You're not gonna die from it, but it's incredibly painful. It's horrible. So this man had second-degree burns on both of his feet. So you can't walk on that. And it took him weeks to heal. Sure, it's not some super serious, awful thing, but weeks of him not having full mobility, that's bad. They definitely build up an atmosphere to make it seem even scarier than it is, for sure. No one should be conquering their fears via what amounts to exposure therapy with someone as unqualified as Tony Robbins. You need a therapist for that, for sure. Oh, yeah. Pushes away the pain until the crowd disperses. And how do you feel after you do this? Say your feet kind of hurt because you just walked through fire, right? Your feet hurt, but you're still full of adrenaline and you're excited. And then you're starting to go home. You're like on your way home, and then the adrenaline's gone. You realize that it didn't magically fix your mental health. You realize your feet hurt and you still need to walk back to your hotel. Yeah, I was a kid. I haven't done that since, but it hurt so bad. It was terrible. Now I won't even go swimming without long sleeves and usually carry a parasol in the sun too. Aw, yeah. Okay, did we already do that? It was the second time he's walked on hot coals. The first he described as a very good experience at a Robbins seminar a few months ago in Florida. He said the difference was that it appeared staff members didn't allow the coals to cool enough before adding more to the pile, which was about 1 meter wide and about 6 meters long. Oh no, he realized halfway through his walk over the coals that he had suffered burns. Oh no. In hindsight, jumping off would have been a fantastic idea, he said. But when you're in the spirit of the moment, you're kind of focused on one task. After his walk, Gold said it felt like someone had taken a hot iron and pressed it against his feet. He also said he also saw a girl who was crying and others complaining of burns. His fiance had minor burns. I'm not sure I could do it again. Now, because now I have this massive fear of fire. Of course, he said, adding later that he still believes Robin helps a lot of people and that it was staff members who weren't following directions properly. No, it shouldn't have been happening in the first place. It shouldn't have been happening in the first place. Representatives said about 7,000 people walked across the coals and only 5 requested an examination beyond what was readily available on site. Someone not familiar with the fire walk observed the event and called 911, erroneously reporting hundreds of people requiring medical attention for severe burns. Yeah, can you imagine? You're out walking your dog and you see hundreds of people walking across burning coals? It's weird. It's a weird thing to see. So I'm trying to get comfortable. Okay. One participant, Jacqueline Luxembourg, told, I don't know what this is, WFAA, that some people were not concentrating on walking across the coals because they were taking selfies and asking others to take video of them. The fire walk is a voluntary experience and trained medical staff is on hand, according to Susan Thompson, a spokesperson for Robbins Research International. In the decades that the fire walk has been part of the events, very few have suffered any extensive injuries. How do you label extensive? Would you label the guy with second-degree burns on his feet who takes weeks to heal? Is that extensive? What are you labeling as extensive? Someone going to the hospital? Because you don't necessarily need to go to the hospital for second-degree burns. The downside is I have a huge vitamin D deficiency now, but I'll take vitamin D supplements over horrific sunburn. Exactly. Oh, yeah, what's in the document? I would be curious to see that. So much self-improvement, just not the ability to use good judgment and say no to bad ideas. Exactly. Thompson did not know whether participants had to sign a waiver or what instruction was given by staff. Gold said he signed something at registration, but did not know what it said. So he signed something, but maybe they're not actually reading it, because if it's at registration, there's thousands of people behind you. Maybe you're in a rush to get through, you're excited, and the staff don't actually encourage you to sit down and read the piece of paper. I'm just guessing. I'm not actually stating that as fact, Sir Tony. Don't block this. Don't block my video, Tony. Or Tony's bots. If you guys have been around for a while, I did a video on Tony Robbins a long time ago, and it got blocked because I played like a minute of a 3.5-minute video without stopping it. I was so upset. The 6'7" Robbins conducts a variety of seminars, which can range from about 1,000 to up to 3,000, and Unleash the Power Within is described on his website as designed to help you unlock and unleash the forces inside you that can help you break through any limit. Those who do the firewalk are instructed to wear pants that can roll up and avoid loose-fitting or low, long-flowing clothes. Robbins says on his website that he believes people who perform the tasks they once thought unthinkable, such as walking across hot coals, will help them conquer the other fires of your life with ease. Yeah, good question. Good question, Demi. And of course, you can't wear like a long flowy dress or really baggy pants, because you're gonna get your clothes are gonna set on fire, and that's not great. I feel like there's a lot of risk. Okay, so this I wanted to show a positive view of firewalking. Please note, to avoid my stream getting blocked, I am not going to let it play for longer than 10 seconds. So even if I don't have a great amount of commentary, I'm going to stop it every 10 seconds. All right, let's go.
The last year I attended UPW, like
Right on the 10 seconds. So he seems young. Cameron Burnett. He's attended Unleash the Power Within a couple times, and he's going to tell us all about his experience at the Firewalk. And this is on Tony's website from 6 years ago.
like had a massive impact on my life. And a month after that, I got super sick. In October of last year, I had brain surgery. And
so it had a massive impact in his life. And right after his experience at the Firewalk, he got super sick. So I should have probably done a trigger warning on that. If you don't want to hear a quick discussion on illness, then please skip this or mute it for a little bit until we are past this part. I don't remember if it was like quite intense or not, but I should have thought of that. Sorry about that. Who has the money to waste going to multiple of his events? And how old do you think this person is? He seems quite young. And if I don't know, when I was young, I didn't have thousands of dollars to go to fancy events.
And I had a thing called locked-in syndrome, which I could only move my eyes. And the doctors said it didn't look good, and they told my family that I might not walk or talk again for 11 months.
So he had locked-in syndrome, and the doctor said he might not walk again. So where do we think this is going? This young man, I feel like, is made to believe that his walking, his moving past what seems to be a debilitating disease, is because of the Firewalk, nothing to do with his perseverance and his desire to improve his quality of life. It's because of the Firewalk. Not enough money for flame retardant boots, for sure.
By using what Tony taught me about being unstoppable, I always kept in my mind that I couldn't control the circumstances, but I could control how I reacted to the situation.
You can't always control how you react to the situation. I think that's good. It's a good thing to keep in your mind, right? Because, yeah, I can't control if someone's mean to me, but I can try to control my emotions and how I react to certain things. But sometimes our brains have a way about them, and they just run off, and we can't always control it, because if we could just control our brains, then we would not need therapy. Therapy would not be a profession, because we could all just manifest our anxiety, our mental health struggles away, because we're totally in control of our own brain. So I agree slightly, but I also strongly disagree with that. What do you think? Right? Right, Elaine? Exactly. Yeah, I agree. And he's not better and healthy because he went to Tony Robbins. It's because he was strong and kept pushing so he could live a good life. Okay, Demi says, trigger warning, injury. When I dislocated my knee, I screamed the F word in pain. That wasn't a reaction I could control. Exactly. And when I broke my foot from stepping off a curb, I could not control my reaction because the pain was horrendous. And I was really hoping I was just being a little dramatic and it was just a light sprain, but I broke my foot in like 3 places from stepping off a curb. I can't say, no, I'm just going to be positive. Yeah, I'm just going to choose how I react. I'm going to choose to see this horrid situation as a learning experience. What can I learn about myself through breaking my foot?
So I reacted in a positive way. I never thought that I would stay in this for 11 months. I always thought I'd get through it. And
I'm happy he got through it. I'm happy that he seems healthy right now. And it's nothing to do with this young man. The important part is that he's healthy, but it's because of him, his autonomy, his strength as a person. I don't like that Tony has in his mind that Tony has anything to do with this, because Tony doesn't. He does. The support of his family does. The support of his friends impacted his ability to get better. I don't think I learned anything about myself from my knee injury, but I did learn that was the only circumstances in which I could say the F word in front of my mom as a teen. That's funny. I don't think I swore. I just cried. That was a sad day for sure.
In 5 weeks, I talked and walked. I did the
In 5 weeks, you talked and walked. You talked and walked. Nothing to do with Tony, sir. Nothing. I shouldn't be getting sassy to him. He seems like a lovely person, and I'm happy that he's better. I just really wanted to show like the positive, someone who had a good experience, because I don't want to make it seem like anyone who does this just gets hurt and hates it and has a bad experience. Some people have a good experience. I just don't like the connection between him being healthy and the firewalk. But you guys feel me.
firewalk. It's my second time. I definitely felt more confident this time. I'd done it. My feet didn't get burnt. I knew it's possible.
Of course you felt more confident, because if you do things multiple times, you're not going to be as scared, right?
I think my situation was a miracle in itself. Walking on fire is a miracle. I knew that miracles are possible if I
Walking on fire is a miracle. Me improving my situation was a miracle. Yeah, I agree. You improving your situation was a miracle. I'm going to say the same thing. I just want anyone who went through the firewalk, to give yourself credit, because Tony Robbins didn't make you lose the weight. He didn't improve your career. You did the firewalk, and then you were able to advance in your career. Sorry, my nose is running. You were able to make the positive changes. It has nothing to do with Tony.
put myself in the right state of mind, peak state of mind, I can do anything. And it was kind of like a symbolism that you can do anything.
The peak state of mind, remember we learned about that. You have to have the right language. You have to understand the connection between your body and your mood. And you have to, what was it? Talk to yourself nicely. I don't remember where it is. How to discuss. Yeah. Language, focus, physiology. Yes.
My name is Cameron, and I am a firewalker.
I think we did good to avoid getting my ass blocked. But if my stream magically disappeared, it's because of that. I didn't actually take it down. So we learned about the firewalk today. We learned about that there are some like regulations around it, that there are staff on site, that it seems like the participants are at least slightly aware of the risks of it. We learned that the environment of the firewalk can really hype people up. There's drumming, there's cheering, there's screaming. People have to look up and then walk across really, really fast. We learned that people have gotten hurt, that someone got second-degree burns on their feet and took weeks to heal. That is terrible. I am a couch sitter, Jolene said. I mean, this guy looks fairly young when this interview was recorded, and probably reasonably healthy too. So of course he's going to heal faster than someone else closer to his parents' or grandparents' age. Yeah, when you're a young man, you could potentially heal faster for sure. But he had, I don't know what locked-in syndrome is. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to Google it quick. Sorry. Locked-in syndrome. Just curious. It's a complex medical condition presenting with quadriplegia, bulbar palsy, and whole body sensory loss due to damage in the brainstem, most commonly the anterior pons. Cognition, vertical eye movement, blinking, and hearing are classically preserved in patients suffering from the condition. Oh, that seems awful. That seems awful. And I just don't like the connection that like Tony helped him cure his locked-in syndrome. I'm going to walk to the kitchen for a snack without fear. Oh, I had such a good dinner today. I got Dorito flavored hard taco shells and like pre-made chicken buffalo flavor, and I put cheese and tomato in it, and I had 2 little tacos. It was so good. It was my husband's idea because I'm trying to think of like really lazy meals, but I just needed something new because I kind of eat the same thing every day or way too often. So it was really good. It was excellent dinner. I'm definitely going to have it again. So that's all I have for today. That was very fun. They're unfairly good. They are. They're so yummy. They're so good. And I sprinkled cheese in it and melted the cheese. It was so good. Such a good idea. Thank you to all these people for hanging out with me this whole time. This was really awesome and fun. It was interesting to look into part of a Tony Robbins event. If it disappears, it's not my fault. But the stream, if it goes away, it's because of Tony Robbins bots. It's happened again. It's not happened again. I can't talk. It's happened before, but let's hope it doesn't happen this time. You're welcome, Lori. Bye, Elaine. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.